Starting pieces on incomplete beats or incomplete measures requires us to use both passive beats and active beats. A passive beat to show tempo but not create any actual sound, and an active beat to show one more beat of tempo and then to actually initiate the sound. So if we take a look at the Scheherazade example, where it's in 6/8 and the event happens right off of beat 2, we show a passive beat 1 and an active beat 2. So basically, to show beat 1 passively, we're not going to prepare beat 1, we just simply start up. And we can be over here, we can be over here, we can even be over here, but don't be over here because then there's no place to travel down. So if we start up and then we show dead, active. So 1, 2, da 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 dee, da da da, is the idea. So if we combine all the ways that we have to create active beats in relation to passive beats, we would start up, da da dee, da 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 da. So I'm using a click, a breath, a left hand, a little more energy, slightly larger beat, and a visual cue. Watch, so if we do that again, we're up, we go 1, da da dee, da 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 da, and etc. If we want a faster tempo, same thing. The faster the tempo, the more likely we are to make that first passive beat look active, so we have to avoid that, because we don't want this. Because anything that gives a little bit of extra energy for that first passive beat is going to either have make someone come in early or have someone be a little insecure and be so if we can control it and just simply go drop without any energy whatsoever, and we can exaggerate the other side of it too. There can be no confusion on which one's passive and which one is active. Another technique that we can use is really just adding beats. The faster the tempo is, or if we want to give a little more tempo security, we can add extra passive beats. So for example, we would start up, or relatively up, and go passive, 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 active, da-da-dee-da-da-da-da-bum. It's faster than this passive would usually be, but we might find some other example where we would use it. So that's 3 dead beats and an active, 3 passive and 1 active. Drop, boom, boom. We create distinction that way. There's no reason to double prep, and that's something to be careful of in this sort of example, where we're not going to go and 1, 2, da-da-dee, ba-da-dum, because that's one extra little motion that could create a little bit of uncertainty we want to